Hey guys, Lee here, and in this video I'm going to share with you the top 5 health issues that people start facing in their 20s and that end up impacting the rest of their lives, and how to mitigate against a lot of those. So let's go ahead and dive in. Alright, we're going to start breaking this down, and it's going to take me 5-10 minutes to kind of work through some of this important content, and it is important. But if you've got to go watch another Beyonce video, then by all means go do that. But this could change the next 25 years of your life. So I'm going to dive in, all right? And at the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a couple more videos that's going to help you save a lot in trial and error. So make sure to subscribe, hit the notifications bell, and stay until the end, okay? And on top of that too, we release a special video one time per month. So if you've done those things, then you'll make sure not to miss out on that, okay? So let me take you right in here to my whiteboard of strength and truth, and we're going to go into the first one, okay? So number one, all right, we're going to get the obvious one out of the way, okay? And I know that stats aren't all that exciting, all right? But don't tune out, okay? 80% of the world is impacted by this, and it is what you thought it was. It is weight, okay? It is being 25-30% body fat or higher, okay? And this is the number of people that are impacted by this. And it's easy to get caught in this loop, all right? Especially when, kids, I mean, we all know that metabolism changes over the course of someone's life, and the metabolism will start to slow down. That's the basal metabolic rate, okay? Your basal metabolic rate. All right, this is what you're burning whenever you're just sitting. So I'm sitting and I'm talking and I'm, trying to be a little bit more energetic than I would be if I were just sitting tuned out, like playing a video game or watching TV or something, okay? So when a person is just sitting, the amount of calories that it takes to basically stay alive, all right? This is all shorthand, okay? This is, you know what I mean? So that will lower given other factors of life, okay? Age, all right? Medications you're on, okay? This is a huge one, all right? And this is a difficult one mentally and physically to deal with, all right? It takes a lot of sorting out. Sometimes medications are necessary. Oftentimes, as hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube and everywhere else say, a lot of them are not necessary, all right? And that's a whole different debate, that's not the point of this video, okay? I'm just saying that these things can mess with your basal metabolic rate, all right? And so as a person leaves their even during their teenage years sometimes, and they get older, okay? Older, all right? The weight will increase. And this becomes an issue, all right? It does not have to be the case. It does not have to be the case, all right? So I'm going to put a big old cross through this, all right? That does not have to be the way it is. But 80% of the world experience this, okay? Number two is what this leads to. And, I've seen this start to be an issue. And I've had friends that this has happened to, but this turns into type 2 diabetes, okay? And this impacts millions of people. Millions, tens of millions, all right? Hundreds of millions across the world, okay? Lots, all right? So now that the obvious stuff is out of the way, okay, because we know this, everyone knows this, but it's how to build nutrition and training and everything that's sustainable. I say that a lot of this stuff can be mitigated against by focusing on skill rather than just cardio and weights. Some people love it, and that's what they're going to do the rest of their life. That's cool. But, obviously there's a problem. Like, The standard mainstream stuff ain't working, okay? 80%. This is bad, okay? So anyhow, skill-based, all right, where it's like not worried so much about the scale or about even how you look, because like people can have body dysmorphic issues with, they like all kinds of things can pop up, and it's just difficult. And I get it. A lot of this stuff is mindset and just things that people have to work through. But if the focus is not on those things, but rather the skill, like, hey, I don't want to lose that skill. I want to still be able to do a backflip. I want to be able to do a handstand. Like, if it's about the skill, then that's going to be much, much, much more conducive to a lifestyle. Okay. So 1, weight, obviously. 2, diabetes. All right. Number 3, okay, is another one that impacts 80% of the human population. And this is for a number of different reasons, but back pain. Okay. So we got 80% here, and we got 80% here. And so what we have, the common issues, all right, is we have this spine that is the main piece for mobility and for longevity and for really how you feel is your spine, okay? So I want to do this again here, but there's a couple different sections to this, all right? So up here you've got the cervical vertebrae, all right? Then you have the thoracic vertebrae, okay? Then you've got the lumbar and the sacrum, all right? So thoracic and lumbar, okay? And the big culprit to this is a lack of core. So a lot of folks, they're walking around with a core that hasn't been developed, and there's a couple aspects to this. So, raise your hand if you've gone through public school for 12 years. The bulk of that was sitting, okay? So if you have been a part of that, all right, then I'm talking to you, okay? So school, work, college, all right? All that stuff has a negative impact on the spine. Now, again, just like I circled, like 80% of the world has weight issues. Obviously, there's a problem. There's a problem with nutrition. There's a problem with how people are training. There's a problem with those components and pieces. All right? And like I said, like to mitigate against this, because I don't want to just say everything that's bad. I want to provide some sort of substance of what is good. So I'd say, skill, okay, is going to be helpful there. And then 80% of the world, this is a problem. Okay? All this sitting, lack of a core, all right? Tight hamstrings. Okay? Tight hamstrings. So what you want to look at is, can you touch, I'll give you a couple of things, all right, to help mitigate against this, okay, for lifelong health. All right, can you touch your toes? That's the first one. You need to be able to put your palms flat on the ground, okay? Second one, and this is an important one, all right? So you should be able to suspend your body in 3 different angles. 3 angles, all right? You should be able to do a press handstand. You should be able to do a human flag, and you should be able to do a front lever, okay? So press handstand, just to be able to put your hands flat on the ground, and then press up to a handstand without jumping. A human flag, to be able to hold yourself, sideways off of a pole, all right? So that's for your obliques, all right, your longissimus thoracis, other muscles involved in the core. And then the front lever, okay, this is one that really helped me to fix back pain, back issues that I've had, all right? And now they're virtually non-existent, and I can mitigate against that, all right? So I'm not just making stuff up here, okay? So the front lever, being able to hold your body suspended horizontally, okay? So press handstand, human flag, front lever. So those are huge, all right? So, but there is a problem. 80% of the world has back pain, okay? So all of those ab programs and everything else just doesn't work, okay? The next, so number 1, we've got weight. All right, 80%. Number 2, we've got diabetes, which is kind of underneath this umbrella. Number 3, we've got back pain due to the compression in the vertebrae from a lack of core strength and sitting. Okay, you should be able to sit however you want to. All these posture chairs and everything, those are passive. All right, like I feel like I'm starting to soapbox a little bit, but I mean I've dealt with those things, and I've helped other people to deal with those things. Okay, so number 4, and this is kids, like this is teens. This starts in your teenage years. All right, number 4, arthritis. So what is arthritis? Okay, arthritis is just degeneration in the joints and then inflammation. Okay, and this can be mitigated against by addressing some issues in weight as well. All right, and by addressing issues in your spine. All right, so inflammation is triggered by sugar. All right, so we want to get rid of inflammation by getting rid of a lot of the sugar. Okay, get rid of that. And then we want to mitigate against degeneration by doing proper training. Okay, and like I say, I mean body weight strength, and there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of progressions to build out all these pieces. So it isn't easy. All right, it's not easy by any means. It takes time. It takes commitment. It takes coaching through that process, because there's gonna be mindset things that come up, and all kinds of stuff. So those are the first 4, and then the 5th one is actually mental disorders. All right, so this would include depression, bipolar, and anxiety. All right, and I've had many friends, family members that have experienced all of those. Okay, to very difficult degrees, and that's a whole different discussion. But this is the 5th one. Now again, what can help to mitigate against a lot of this? This creeps up in your teens. All this stuff, this starts happening in your teenage years. All of those inputs from the drama, from the gossip, from the nutrition, from the stuff that you're eating quick and in a hurry, from all these things, and it starts to all have an impact. And one big one that just kind of happens because of the state of the brain in your 20s, your early 20s, as the brain starts to myelinate and it's starting to do a lot of different things, and the serotonin receptor sites and all that kind of stuff, it starts to just evolve a little bit. And so a lot of these will pop up during that time. There's internal factors, there are external factors, but one thing that is true is that training, not just exercise, but training with goals and all of that, helps to mitigate against this. Okay, so that's not to say that it is the cure or anything, not by any means. There's a lot that goes into all of these. All right, all of these. Okay, but those are the top 5. All right, and there's a few ways that you can start just kind of thinking and mitigating against it. So since you stayed till the end of this video, I'm going to share with you a couple more videos that you'll be able to watch right now. And then remember, if you hit that subscribe button and ding the notifications bell, then I'll be able to target you and share resources with you that will help you save literally years of trial and error and trying to do it yourself. So that's it for this one. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.